Welcome to the EnOcean booth, CES 2017. I'm going to be talking about some of the self-powered wireless devices that we have here to show today. We specialized originally, historically over our history, we've specialized in self-powered wireless devices. And in order to accomplish that, we had to create our own wireless protocol, which was the EnOcean radio protocol, which has been very successful over the years for EnOcean. However, recently over the last few years, we've sort of decided to go back to our roots, which is to be an energy harvesting company. So we have become radio agnostic, essentially, where now we are working with some of the different various radio protocols that exist within the world. So we're working with, for example, Zigbee and Bluetooth to power some of the different devices. So quickly, I'll go through some of the different methods where we gather the energy in order to power the different radios, and then we'll focus on some of the different applications that those are being used in. So, for example, inside some of our light switches, we use a linear motion harvester, which is simply just a copper coil inside a magnet, and by moving this copper coil approximately 2 millimeters, we generate enough energy to produce the radio signals that we're looking for to signal a change or a control or some sort of message in order to manipulate and modify some of the different points that we're looking to control. It can be a variety of things. We do have approximately 1,500 products in the marketplace currently, and so it varies depending on what your personal application is. These particular devices are actually built into certain things such as light switches, and they come in about 150 different styles. So we have European styles and North American styles both. And then one of the other ways that we harvest energy, aside from motion, is through solar. So we use indoor light, we use artificial light in order to capture enough energy to be able to produce, again, the same power that we need to send a variety of control signals or information wirelessly across to different platforms. So for example, here we have a temperature and humidity sensor. This can either sit on a desk or a table, or it can be mounted on the wall through a different method of configuration, so we can set it up that way. And temperature and humidity is very common for us. We have quite a few applications where we monitor temperature and humidity, thermostat applications, that type of thing. And then the third way that we harvest energy is through temperature differentials. So where we have a temperature differential between, say, a ductwork or a pipe that's hot and an airspace that's cold or room temperature, we can harvest that energy in order to power different things, and that can be things such as motors to open and control valves. It can also be a method of simply harvesting the energy to communicate the status of that pipe or the temperature of that pipe, that type of thing. So we partner with a lot of different companies. So for example, we partner with Philips for the Hue tap. And this has been is now offered in the Apple stores around the world, and this can control the Hue bulbs that are out there available. So this is, again, no batteries, completely self-contained and self-powered. There's no maintenance required for this, and it's basically got the module built inside of it. So we've got the method of powering that without ever having to put a battery in it. So we've partnered with groups like Kasambi here, where we can actually take and communicate directly with their controller in order to turn their LEDs on and off, and we can also configure scenes and do different portions of the Kasambi lighting circle with using these switches. And these switches are all BLE, or Bluetooth Low Energy. So we've got also the Zicato system here as well, and we can communicate directly with the Zicato system going on as well. So I can make this light brighter and dimmer. I can then bring it back down to a lower level, and I can stop it wherever I want. So I'm using the completely self-powered switch. There's no batteries or maintenance required for this switch. So we can do that, and then of course we can also communicate back to some of the bigger platforms such as IBM Watson. We can configure back to the Apple HomeKit, and we've got all sorts of different platforms we can go back to, BACnet and other BMS systems, and different things like that. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. We've got the 3 different radio protocols now that we work with. The EnOcean radio protocol, of course, which runs at various sub-1 gig frequencies, and then we've got the Zigbee and the Bluetooth that we're working with. And of course, we'd always be interested in working with you if you have a different radio protocol that we could evaluate and understand if it runs at a low enough power to operate under the self-powered, helping you eliminate batteries from any of your devices, which is our goal at the end of the day.